The KRL Commuterline has 5 lines that spread out radially from the city center, facilitating both local and regional travel. This system blurs the line between commuter, regional train, and metro. You've got regional distances, with some lines like the Bogor and Rangkas Bitung line exceeding 50 kilometers in length. It runs all day every day. Frequencies tend to be almost metro-like in certain sections. Basically, the whole system, with the exception of the Nambo branch line, has at least 30-minute frequencies, with core sections seeing 5 to 15-minute headways. The rolling stock uses a combination of 8 to 12 car second-hand Japanese commuter and metro trains and brand new Chinese ones, all with 4, sometimes 6 doors per side per car and operational speeds ranging from 70 to 95 km per hour. The system has fare gates and you pay via tapping your prepaid card on the fare gate. The fare ranges from 3,000 to 13,000 rupiah depending on distance. Airport train, also operated by KRL Commuter, the same people that operate the commuter line, is the airport train. It is an express service connecting Soekarno-Hatta Airport with Manggarai, one of the region's central stations, with stops in Batu Ceper, Rawabuaya, Turi, and Sudirman Baru. This train mainly serves people going to the airport and commuters from Tangerang. It runs every half hour and has a top speed of 95 km per hour, though only in the short section of track between the airport and the Tangerang line. In the rest of the line, where it shares track with the commuter line, speeds vary from 70 to 90. It takes 46 minutes to go end to end. Payment is via buying a ticket, either via an app or using the ticket machines in the stations, and fares range from 25 to 70,000 rupiah. Fares increase steeply if we go to the airport. Manggarai Batu Ceper is 35,000 rupiah, while Manggarai Soekarno-Hatta is 70,000 rupiah. Local trains connect the Greater Jakarta metro area with smaller neighboring cities like Karawang, Purwakarta, and Merak. You can ride the one to Merak from Rangkas Bitung and the one to Karawang and Purwakarta from Cikarang. While they run all day, they usually only have a couple of departures a day. You need to buy a ticket, no fare gate system here, though the fare is pretty cheap, ranging from 3 to 4,000 rupiah. Intercity trains connect Jakarta with other cities in Java. You can find them in Gambir, Senen, Jatinegara, Bekasi, Cikarang, and Bogor. Just like local trains, they use diesel locomotives, only have a couple departures a day. You need to buy a ticket online, but unlike the local train, they're quite a bit more expensive. LRT Jabodebek, not to be confused with LRT Jakarta, consists of 2 lines that connect the Kuningan CBD and Cawang before splitting off in 2 directions headed towards the suburbs of Bekasi and Cibubur. They use Indonesian-built 6-car metro-style trains with 3 doors per side per car, though the trains are much narrower than the ones in the commuter line or MRT. They run almost entirely elevated, with only a small section of track near Halim Airport being near ground level. They run every 9 to 19 minutes, though most of the time they run every 10 to 12 in each line. Operational speed is 80 km per hour. Compared with the MRT and even core sections of the commuter line, the LRT has pretty wide stop spacing, with some stations over 5 km apart. Payment is done via prepaid card, with fares starting at 5,000 rupiah. Off-peak and on weekends, the max fare is capped at 10,000 rupiah, while at peak, the fare is capped at 20,000. These 2 lines are the newest in the Greater Jakarta rail network, being opened in 2023. MRT Jakarta consists of 1 line connecting Lebak Bulus, a transit interchange in South Jakarta, with Bundaran HI, a roundabout surrounded by multiple malls, hotels, and offices. Located in Jakarta CBD, the system uses Japanese-built 6-car trains with 4 doors per side per car. It runs every 10 minutes off-peak and 5 at peak, and has an operational speed of 80 to 100 km per hour. Most stops are less than 2 km apart, showing that this system is mainly built for local travel. The northern half of the line is underground, while the southern half is elevated. Payment is done via prepaid card, with fares ranging from 3,000 to 14,000 rupiah. This line is currently being extended north to Jakarta Kota. LRT Jakarta consists of a single elevated line connecting Pegangsaan 2 to Velodrome, connecting the districts of Kelapa Gading and Pulau Gadung. Currently, it is isolated from the rest of the rail network, though there is connecting bus service in every station. It uses 2-car trains and runs every 10 minutes flat. Payment is done via prepaid card, with fares being a flat 5,000 rupiah. This line is currently being extended west to Manggarai, where it would be connected to the rest of the Jakarta rail network. The Whoosh consists of 1 high-speed rail line connecting Jakarta with Bandung. It runs every 30 minutes, alternating between 2 different service patterns. One service stops at Karawang and takes 54 minutes to travel end-to-end, while the express service skips Karawang and takes 47 minutes. Rolling stock consists of Chinese-built 8-car trains with a max operational speed of 350 km per hour. There are 4 stations, though none are located close to their respective city centers. Halim is in East Jakarta, Karawang is located in an empty field far from Karawang City, and both Padalarang and Tegaluar are located in the west and eastern ends of Bandung respectively. You will need to buy a ticket to use this system, and economy class seats cost 250,000 rupiah, though you can find cheaper tickets if you book online. This system, however, has been noted to be quite a financial burden on KAI, and connecting /last mile public transport in Bandung is abysmal. Transjakarta is a bus rapid transit system with 14 main corridors and a lot of secondary lines that go to pretty much everywhere inside of Jakarta, and some even extend beyond city limits to neighboring suburbs. BRT corridors usually have median stations with high floors and frequencies of around every 3 to 10 minutes, though some run less frequently. Transjakarta also operates non-BRT services, aka just a regular city bus. Some of these lines also stop at BRT shelters while others don't. Non-BRT services can run anywhere from every 10 to 30 minutes, though most run every 15 to 20. The fare is 3,500 rupiah, which you pay by tapping your prepaid card on the fare gate when entering BRT shelters or in the tap-in machines in the bus when you enter from a regular bus stop. Between 5 to 7 AM, the fare drops to 2,000 rupiah. Satellite city buses. The cities of Tangerang, Depok, Bogor, and Bekasi also run city buses. They run every 10 to 15 minutes and payment is via prepaid card. However, most of these systems are pretty underdeveloped. Tangerang has 4 bus lines and a bunch of feeders using minibuses. Bogor has 2 and both Depok and Bekasi have just 1. Developer-run city buses. Developers of some new towns in Greater Jakarta run city buses for the local area, most notably BSD, Bintaro Jaya, and Pantai Indah Kapuk. These buses run on a set schedule and are very infrequent, typically running hourly, sometimes more, sometimes less. However, they're usually free to ride. Transjabodetabek Reguler are regional buses that serve the Greater Jakarta area. They're more of a type of service that's provided by multiple operators, and the service can vary greatly. Some operators like Mayasari Bhakti are quite literally falling apart, with unclean buses, lines closing, and many lines only running hourly. Agramas, Prima Jasa, and Sinarjaya's lines are in a better shape, though be prepared to wait 30 to 60 minutes, sometimes without schedules, and most don't provide live tracking. Payment is mainly via cold hard cash, but some accept QRIS and debit card. The ones that I trust are the Agramas Polres Cikarang line, which I have personally used multiple times, and while I have not tried the Tanah Abang Ciawi and Grogol Ciawi lines myself, I have counted how many buses arrive in a span of 90 minutes and concluded that they run about every half hourly. JR Connexion. JRC buses, which stands for Jakarta Residence Connection, are regional buses, but they mainly serve middle to high-end suburban areas across Greater Jakarta, connecting them with the city center. They're usually a bit more expensive than Transjabodetabek Reguler, but they compensate by having a set schedule and much nicer buses. Unfortunately, most only run at rush hour. Payment method varies depending on operator, and the fare can range anywhere from 20,000 to 40,000 rupiah. Speaking of which, some of the largest JRC operators are Damri, Sinarjaya, AO Shuttle, and Royal Platinum. Transjakarta also runs a similar service branded as Royal Trans, but combining the Transjakarta branding, being on the lower end in terms of pricing, and using rather small buses means full buses, sometimes to the point of not being able to accept more passengers. JA Connection. JAC buses, which stands for Jakarta Airport Connection, connects various points in Greater Jakarta with the airport, most of the time Soekarno-Hatta. Fares tend to be rather expensive, regularly exceeding 50,000 rupiah, and payment method varies by operator. Most lines run all day, sometimes until late at night. They run every hour, less popular ones run every 2 hours, and some manage half-hourly departures. The single largest operator here by far is Damri. Intercity buses connect Jakarta with other cities. They tend to be cheaper than flying or taking the train, though it depends on what level of service you choose. Intercity buses can be found in various bus terminals across Greater Jakarta, such as Polres Pelawat, Kalideres, Pulau Gebang, Pulau Gadung, Lebak Bulus, and Kampung Rambutan. Angkots are informal minibuses that run local transit, though in some cases they also provide regional service. They don't have a set schedule, but they usually run every 3 to 20 minutes. Fare is based on distance with the base fare of 5,000 rupiah. I personally have paid 8,000 rupiah for a 9-kilometer trip, and yes, they only accept cold hard cash. Except the cash isn't cold because unlike all other modes in this video, they don't have AC. Transjakarta also runs Angkots, mainly inside Jakarta. They're free, but you still need to tap your card. They feature live tracking, but most don't have AC.